Emmerdale may have revealed who's after Moira Dingle after Dylan and another mystery character trespassed onto her farm this week, with Joe Tate getting the blame. There could be a twist looming on Emmerdale, and perhaps Joe Tate isn't a threat to Moira Dingle after all. With him claiming innocence after a break-in at the farm that saw Moira's kids Kyle and Isaac left terrified, perhaps another villain is to blame. Just last week Joe approached Moira with an offer to buy her home on behalf of Kim Tate. It soon became clear that Joe wasn't being totally honest about the deal and what it would mean for Moira. When Moira realized Joe was tricking her and had even bribed the water board to reject her recent appeal over some fines, she told him some home truths. Joe was desperate and annoyed and vowed to get what he wanted. So when Joe was seen making a cryptic phone call and then two masked teens were shown intruding in one of the barns, suspicion immediately fell on Joe being the orchestrator. It led to a showdown with Moira and Joe, but it was Lydia Dingle who was caught in the crossfire. Meanwhile, Kyle had attacked intruder Dylan with a pitchfork, leaving him injured. The two masked boys were messing around in the barn before things turned threatening. Moira got there before any real drama kicked off, with the boys fleeing. But what exactly were they after and why were they targeting Moira? It was assumed Joe had sent them, going to any means necessary to get his hands on the farm. Moira believed he was to blame and wasted no time in sharing this accusation with the police, who did nothing. There was no evidence, leading to the showdown, while Joe has continued to deny being to blame. So what if Joe is telling the truth and he really does have nothing to do with it? Given Dylan's involvement amid his new plot with villain reaIIy being teased, can we expect it to be reaIIy who is targeting the farm or Moira and not Joe? This may have been confirmed, as there is a random spoiler image of Moira speaking with reaIIy in the village. Why would reaIIy interact with Moira, and could it be linked to what happened? There isn't a spoiler at all linked to the image, and it's actually led on Dylan seeing him with Moira and fleeing. But does this image give away reaIIy is to blame and that's how Dylan ended up involved? This would raise the question of whether reaIIy is targeting Moira or her farm, or if it's actually something else that led to him potentially sending people there. After all, it was only a matter of weeks ago that Moira's brother Mackenzie Boyd brought acquaintance reaIIy to the farm, with reaIIy claiming to be offering some farming machinery for a good price. It soon became clear he was there to see the weed being harvested by Lewis Barton, with Ross Barton and Mac in on it. reaIIy was keen on the drugs, and they realized he was a dealer, with Robert Sugden eventually selling him the stash. So has reaIIy decided to go back to the farm to see if Terry's any more lying around? Could this be why Dylan and the other person was sent there?